Okay, next part of the agenda. Thank you, Bill. I want to recognize, you saw Kevin Smith sing the national anthem for you. As I mentioned, he's a candidate for governor. I also want to mention that Ovid Lamonte and his wife Betty are here tonight. He is also a candidate for governor. And Bill O'Brien put this very well. You may have your particular interests, we all do. We all have a model of what we want in the perfect candidate, but when it's done, the overriding imperative is we have to change the person in the corner office in Concord, and we have to change the person leading the the executive branch in Washington. Everything pales by comparison. So, gentlemen, thank you for running. Okay, without further ado, one of the other items on the agenda tonight is to allow you to hear from several presidential candidates. And since he's already been introduced once, I will ask Speaker Newt Gingrich, the general of the 1994 Republican Revolution, to come up here and say a few words, sir.
Thank you all very, very much. I'm particularly glad to be here tonight when Speaker O'Brien and the House are being recognized because they are proof that if the people speak, things can change. Right. And I think there's a great deal to be learned from the New Hampshire experience. I said the other week that my goal was to get America to be more like New Hampshire, not to get New Hampshire to be more like Washington. And if you think about it, if the President and the Congress had been as effective with their budget as the New Hampshire House was in insisting on controlling spending here, you'd have a very, very different picture in Washington, D.C. So, Mr. Speaker, I congratulate you and your entire team. I also want to thank Lori Sanborn for all she's doing to help us statewide as our chair. The campaign has really gotten to be very exciting, and in fact I'm on the way to a town hall meeting in Salem in just a minute. It just keeps developing and keeps growing. We had a great town hall meeting last night, which was also on C-SPAN, and which was one of the actually funniest town hall meetings I've ever been in. One particular young man who got up and he said, "Now, Mr. Batesville, this election is really all about people my age." He said, "I'm 22, and these other people, they're not going to be here 10 years from now." Well, the reaction of the other people was just worth the whole evening. I mean, it was a very lively conversation. But let me tell you why I think Tuesday is important and why I think this election is important. We're a country that is in enormous trouble. We're a country where the incumbent president is going to have $1 billion to try to attack and smear the Republicans. We're a country where every institution of the left is going to fight every day. So even if we win the presidency, even if we win the Senate, that's the beginning. But the struggle is going to go on. If you watch what's happening to Scott Walker in Madison, you have a pretty good idea what this is going to be like. They're going to try every single day to slow us down. They're going to try every single day to distort what we're doing. They're going to try every single day to somehow put us in a corner, make us be on defense. And I think it's very important that we nominate somebody who has three characteristics. First, we nominate somebody who actually knows what they're doing and who's actually done it. We've had 3 years of amateurism, and I would just suggest to you that yes, it'd be nice to replace Barack Obama, and that's important, but if all we do is to replace Barack Obama, all the bureaucrats, all the structures, all the institutions keep going in the same wrong direction. Right. So you have to elect somebody who has actually got the knowledge, the experience, the persistence to actually change things. I've done it twice. I did it in 1980-81 with Ronald Reagan, and I came back and did it as Speaker in the mid-90s. Working with Reagan, we changed Washington, we changed the tax laws, we changed the climate, we changed the entire national strategy towards the Soviet Union. The results were millions of new jobs, the unemployment rate was cut in half, we broke the back of inflation, we got to stable money. We created enough new jobs that in 1 month, August of 1983, we created 1,300,000 jobs. Compare that to the anemic job growth of the last month. I came back as Speaker, basically applied the Reagan cookbook. I'm a Reagan conservative. I have been a Reagan conservative my entire career. In that setting, turned out, reforming welfare, cutting spending, reshaping government, cutting taxes to create economic growth, bringing unemployment down to 4.2%. We balanced the budget for 4 consecutive years, the only time in your life that that's been done. Now, it can be done, but I'm the only candidate running who has participated at a national level twice in moving towards a more conservative government and a more conservative future. We keep backsliding because this is really hard work, and the institutions of the left still dominate. And so to truly change things, we need a campaign this summer and fall that is decisive, it is clear, it is a team campaign, and it requires us to be prepared to take Barack Obama head on. The second reason I think that I'm in a unique position is I actually have plans on the right scale. If you compare my economic plan as the Wall Street Journal did and as the union leader did with Governor Romney's plan, they're just fundamentally different. I eliminate all capital gains tax. He only cuts it for people under $200,000. That means 1 million small businesses wouldn't be eligible for his cut. I'm prepared to take Obama on, and I'll argue economic growth, and he can argue redistribution. We'll win that debate. I'll argue paychecks, he can defend food stamps. We'll win that debate. But you have to have somebody with the courage to actually have a plan big enough that people are going to go, oh yeah, that would make my life different. There's a third difference. If the president spends $1 billion and we want to win, we had better have somebody who can get on the platform in October and defeat him in the debates. And to defeat Obama in the debates, you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you believe. You have to be prepared to stand there and tell the truth, even when the elite media and the president are lying about you. And if you're not clear in your head, you're sure not going to be clear with the country. I'm just going to give you one example of the difference, and I think this is the right state to draw the difference between a Reagan conservative and a Massachusetts moderate. And let's give you one example. You were faced with a budget problem. You decided you'd solve it by cutting spending. Not only did you not raise taxes, you actually cut taxes, well, which is what we did. We got to a balanced budget by passing the largest capital gains tax cut in history and the first tax cut in 16 years. Because we wanted to accelerate the economy. Governor Romney ran in 2002 and promised he wouldn't raise taxes. It was only $750 million in taxes, including, by the way, a tax on New Hampshire commuters, including, strangely enough, a tax on people who are blind. Now, I know they were scraping the bottom of the barrel, but surely there were ways to avoid taxing people who are blind. And I just want to tell you, that's the difference. I fought the Reagan tax increase of 1982, called TEFRA. I fought the Bush tax increase of 1990. I have a clear record for my entire career. You make me president, I'll pick up the New Hampshire House playbook. We will balance the federal budget, and when I say no new taxes, my track record is I actually mean no new taxes. I need you on Tuesday. I need your voice from now to Tuesday. Thank you. Good luck, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for that excellent summary. Okay.
GrokTV.